Thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Leading Change. My name is Emma, and I have Sherif with me today. And we're going to be talking about data and maybe how to channel Amazon energy. But before I get to all the questions that I've got for you, can you give everybody an introduction?
Yes, thank you for having me on. My name is Sherif Gemayel. I'm the founder and CEO of Trufla. We're a Canadian-based insurtech. I'm also formerly an agency owner, so I owned an agency, and here we are today.
Great. Well, to get us started, we're going to play a game of Would You Rather as the first question.
All right.
Would you rather go and try to do a giant Ocean's 11 diamonds, money, whatever heist, or try to do a heist of data out of a legacy agency management or broker management solution?
Definitely easier to do the Ocean's 11 heist than to try to get data out of your legacy AMS. And that was actually the ongoing joke when I had my agency, was that it was easier to steal gold from Fort Knox than it was to try to get the data out. So definitely Ocean 11 style.
Well, then let's talk a little bit about maybe some of the challenges or why it's so difficult for agents and brokers to be able to get access to their data. And then kind of like a two-part question then. So maybe what's standing in our way, but also why is this idea of data so key to distribution as a whole, as well as being able to provide choice?
So why it's difficult to get out? The easy answer is that the legacy companies purposely make it harder to get the data out because it makes it stickier like that. But even if it was relatively easy to get the data out, the quality of the data that you'd be able to get out would be limited at best. There's a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of free-flowing forms. So the structure of that data isn't great. And most agents don't know this, but the data set that's inside of their AMS is actually an incomplete data set. Like, it's really minimal and isn't even enough to give them anything valuable. There's always value in data. I shouldn't say that. It's just anything really meaningful out of it. So those are the two big challenges that agency owners face today.
And so when we look at the importance of it and kind of why we need it, you've given me this term of the Amazon energy kind of, and data is ultimately what powers Amazon and most of the other big startup, success stories that have become massive companies that we know and know well. So I know one of the things that you talk a lot about is how brokers and agents can channel that Amazon energy. Can you talk a little bit about the importance of data and what you mean when you say channeling that energy?
For sure. So let's take it back a couple of steps, and why I kind of brought up the Amazon thing. So I've done a number of presentations at a number of industry events, and the one that really resonated was a presentation that I did that was titled "Dear Broker, You're More Like Amazon Than You Think." And at first blush, you think, well, how do you compare an agency to a company like Amazon or Google or Uber or Facebook? When I say Amazon, I'm actually overlaying it. It's the big tech titans, and you can actually draw a lot of similarities. So similarity number one is none of these companies are manufacturers. They don't actually build anything. They are nothing more than a distributor. I mean, Google doesn't build the websites that they index and have for search. Uber doesn't build the cars that they ultimately, distribute out. Airbnb doesn't build the apartments. Facebook doesn't curate the content, right? So it's just a pure distribution play. And in that same vein, agents are distributors. They don't build the products. They're just a distributor of it. So comparison number one. Comparison number two is, if you went to Amazon and you were looking for a specific product and all you got was one response back, so you're looking for a USB cable and there's only one type, Amazon would have ultimately failed. You wouldn't go back. Or if you were going to Airbnb and all you got was one bedroom apartments, but you've got a larger family, you need more, you're not going back to Airbnb. It's just not giving you the choice that you need. Or if Google only gave you Wikipedia as a result, you wouldn't go back to Google. So one of the key fundamentals of these companies was the ability to offer choice, right? So they've got to cater to the masses. They have to offer choice. It can't just be kind of a mono product offering. And again, that is what one of the big value props is of an agency or brokerage, is being able to offer choice. And for whatever your situation is in your personal life, or whatever business you have, or whatever it may be, there is a choice. There's an option available out there for you, and usually multiple options. So that's the second. Third one, and this is where agents and brokers tend to stumble, is on data. So as soon as you start typing your query in Google will kind of complete the query for you. Or when you buy something on Amazon, it'll instantly have the suggestions. Oh, we think you should buy this and that. They're almost always right. And so they're using massive amounts of data to be able to make those suggestions, make those offerings, enhance the experience for the client. But because agents have a hard time extracting that data out of their systems, they can't really use it. And even if they could, there really is no one brokerage or agency that has enough data to extract any kind of meaningful intelligence. So you need kind of an aggregation of that data to be able to provide it. And that's ultimately what we're trying to solve for, is can we get enough data through agencies and brokerages, aggregate it anonymously, and provide that intelligence back to supercharge the distribution power of that agency. So that's what we're kind of saying, where we're trying to channel that Amazon energies. Can we use good, sizable data to power that distribution through an agent?
Well, thank you so much for joining me for the conversation and helping hopefully give agents and brokers like a newfound identity to aspire to, even if they weren't thinking about the power that they hold as being the people that help consumers have those choices and the power that their data has as well. I'm going to do a big plug for your upcoming event, but I'm going to let you do it because I get to come hang out with you guys in Canada again. So can you share a little bit about Amplify with everyone?
Absolutely. So Amplify is, it would be the largest, kind of broker-focused tech event in Canada. It's on September 16th and 17th in Calgary, Alberta. We're expecting agencies from all sizes, from smallest all the way up to the largest, and we would love to see you all. Emma is one of our keynotes, and we've got a whole lineup of amazing speakers, and we'd love to have you all there.
Great. Well, thank you for joining me and everybody for watching, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us for this episode of Leading Change. If you like what you saw, be sure to come back on a weekly basis and subscribe for more expert interviews focused on digital transformation, change management, and emerging technologies.